Hello everyone, how we doing? Welcome back. It's Chunky here. And yes, I did. Look, I nearly chopped my thumb off. Look. See? See? Big boo-boo. Had to get that sorted before we came on. Sorry for the delay. Nearly lost my thumb. That's what happens when you do housework. Anyway, how is everyone doing? How are we all getting on? Hope we're all well. Hope all is nice and dandy and whatever they say. All that good stuff. Got a retired Chunky. And you know what the funny thing is? I don't know if I'm going to be able to use these. These bad boys. Look at that. Look at that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to use them because I don't want to get blood on them. I might have to go back to my old gloves. Might come through the plaster. I don't know. But yeah, we're here. Project Motor Racing. The game actually is currently in Gran Turismo. That's not the game we're playing. Why is it not responding? Ah, that's why, because it's in PC mode. It's in PC mode. Come on, come on. No, it's blue. I want blue. Purple. Yellow. Blue. There we go. I can do things now. We can close Gran Turismo. Right. We can close. We're doing the thumbnail, you see, for Thursday. I needed to be in there. Now I don't. Now I need to go into Project Motor Racing. Anyway, what have I missed? Shadow, you were first into the chat. Hope you're okay. Thunder says that's nothing. The other day I was playing, I have all my fingers. The knife goes chop, chop, chop. Kind of what happened here, except the knife was facing the wrong way in the dishwasher. So I've got to put my hand in to take the plate out. That sort of thing. Got to retire. I'll take them. I'm live. Got you on my laptop, my chat, on my phone, and the phone holder and pad and wheel. Nice one, mate. Actually, I've also just realised, guys, the title of the stream is a bit misleading. I've just realised. I'm going to go in and change it because I feel like we can't mislead with the title. So I need to go in and edit where it says 5 to 6 because we are now on update 1.5.0.6 due to a hot fix, hot patch, hot fix, whatever you want to call it. I also need to get some headphones on as well, don't I, guys? I should really get some headphones. I'm gonna go with these ones. Get these bad boys on. Oh, killer reverse knife, exactly. Now you guys tell me, what way does the knife go in to the dishwasher? Does it go into the, this is the little caddy thing, right? Does it go in face down or sharp bit down or sharp bit up? I know which way it goes, but I've been told I was wrong. And I'm not going to argue with that one. I might say it here. I won't say it when I get out of here. But anyway, here we are. Update 1.5.0.6. Now, sharp bit down, yeah. Hey Seiko, how are you doing, my friend? Hope you're well as well, GDR. I want to test this theory out, right? And thank you to you guys who are on the Discord have given me a bit of info because that's always nice and handy. Before I do, I'll just make sure where the sound is coming out of. Sound, HDMI device, which means it's my monitor, which means you guys should be able to hear the gameplay. Right. I haven't used a PS5 in a while, as you can tell. Been on a good old race room. But this theory that I'm going to test is because of race room. It's something that I saw on there the other day. I'm not going to do any. I don't think I'm going to do any lobbies today because I just want to do a bit of testing. I want to try the online. I want to give the online lobbies a bit of a proper go of because we've not really done that for a good while. We'll get open lobbies back up soon. We might do some later on. Depends how we get on. But let me see if I can put these gloves on without any major incidents. Right. It's a bit tricky when you've got a dodgy thumb. But once they're on, I think we might be all right. They are good. These are actually really good gloves. I did race on Saturday with them. I did the 2 hours of of Dubai on race room, which was really, really cool. Use these bad boys. There was only a bit of a funny moment, which I'm debating if I do a video about it, because I don't know if I want to be a laughing stock for what I did at the 2 hours of Bahrain, no, Dubai. Qualified 6th. I was like, yes, got the right strategy. I thought I nailed my strategy. I had a good setup. And then I sat in the pits. And I thought, okay, maybe I'll go out on track, see why the race isn't starting. Got out onto track, and it soon dawned on me I'd been sent to the pits. The race had started a minute earlier. So the next car in front was 45 seconds behind, or ahead. But I still came back, still finished 6th. But anyway, thanks to the guys, well, not the guys, like the likes, guys. I don't know what I'm saying. Right, so we're going to go into single player. Right, and we'll do a race weekend, and we're going to go to Zolder. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Is the race this week at Zolder in the MX5? Where is Zolder? It's got to be down the bottom, right? There, I was on there. Zolder. And we want to get the MX5. I'm not going to go and do any setups, because I just want to test this theory. It could be completely wrong, this theory. It could be absolutely silly, and there'll be no point to it. And I could just be completely off the mark. But if I'm right, I've got a solution for everyone. Right, I'm not even going to do a race. I just don't want to do... Let's just go into practice. We'll turn practice on for about 15 minutes, right? It's all true, but also it's the first time I'm racing evening racer 1.4 with this new monitor on PMR. I've actually not turned it on for a while, for a couple of weeks. Right. Right, limiters on. Clear. Right, so we know that the first chicane is the issue. Oh, I missed the sound on this. Graphic-wise, it looks sharper than what I remember. The steering definitely feels heavier. Like, this feels so much heavier. Alright, here we go. I'm going to try and attack it as much as I can. Right, so there's no penalty. Hey Lloyd! How are you, buddy? I just need to activate the track limits, even if I go slower. And the turn before the final chicane. Right. I'm alright, mate. I'm alright. Other than what I was saying at the start of the stream, nearly cut my thumb off. I won MX5% lobby race because I was the only one left in it. That's not a bad thing, is it? Bit of a loner on it. Right, let's... Don't do that, mate, you neither. That is true. I was told there was only a little pinch. Track limits, no further action. Right, okay. So we got one there. I'm just really trying to use as much as I can. Right. There's one there. There's a lap 2. Right, and you remember that the car felt like it was on track, right? This is where I need you guys to tell me if I'm wrong. Right. Right. Right, I think I've got what I needed. So what I want to do is I want to go in the replay. This looks a bit different. Lap 2, wasn't it? Right, it wasn't this lap, so it was the next lap round. The replay still looked terrible in this. Why is it going super fast? Right, so where's the start of the next lap? Which is here-ish. Right, so we are now going into the right, okay. So that felt like we were off there. And remember, I could be completely wrong in my theory. I could be completely wrong here. Right, this is one of them. So we got track limits about here, wasn't it? Let me just press pause. How do I change my camera angle? It's R1. No, it's not that one. Where is the camera angles? Oh, R1 is... No, that's L... Oh, great. 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 I can't remember what R1 is, guys. It's the bloody right bumper thing, isn't it? The knobbly bit. See, this is where my thumb's struggling. No, it's... Oh, it is square. Oh, okay. My bad, my bad, my bad, my bad. Right. So, let's get to the right place, which is around here. Right, so we got a trap warning about here, right? 160 seconds, give or take. I purposely went off track. Right. That fair? So, what my theory is, can I change how I see this? Right, miles off. Right, no, that shadow of a doubt, I am off track. This is the theory. Now, when you're sitting in the car, right, it looks like you're on track. Like, to me, it looks like the car is on track. You know what I mean? Like, I am on top of the curb and the car is there. So if I now could have actually done this on here or in any part of the track. Let me just find a little runoff. Any straight line, right? That was an infraction there. And this is to do with, right, do it here. Right, it looks like I'm on track. So, but if I change my view to chase and put in the car where it is, let's say, track limits, which is within the line, right? This is my theory. it looks like you're on track. So the actual width of the car is this HUD here. So if you see where the dials are, the whole arch of that is your track limit. So if we stay within the white line, so keep that HUD in the white line. Right, if I do it here as well, I want to change the view to that one. We're just about on track. That's the width of the car. And I think that the issue could be stemming that we're thinking that we're still on track. Because if you look on here, right, the car looks like it's quite a lot of it is on track, because you got the dial on the left. I don't know if I can even explain it on here. But you see where the dial is to the right of me, just there. There. Right? Just there. Where you got the dials. That is the width of the car.
10 minutes remaining.
So the rest of what looks like it's actually part of car is actually not on the track, even though it looks like it is. So if I do a few laps and I try and keep the whole car within the confines of the dials, so when I go to this corner, that's borderline, but that will be the car registering offline. Could be wrong, but that is my theory, and that is exactly what happens in race room. So let's see if we get a bit of a flying lap without any track limits. Well, I think I didn't get any penalty because I'm in practice mode. So let's have a look. All I've got to do is keep the dials on track. The force feedback is really heavy now. Because it sounds like, to me, they're using the white lines as the boundary. And it's a theory that I learned as well a few months ago on Gran Turismo. That what appears to be the width of the car is not always the width of the car. Do tell me what you think. Do you think there's actually logic to this theory, or if it's just complete madness? And I'll try and push a little bit more on this lap, just to make sure it's not me still trying to adapt to this car again. Use a bit more. So all I'm trying to do is keep the car within those dials. That's the width that I'm playing with. Nothing more, nothing less, but just the wheels of the dials, the width of the dials. Uh, did you guys see? Does it make sense what I'm trying to explain in this, or is it just complete utter garbage? It needs a bit more. Yeah, you get it. So now I can start pushing a little bit more and trying to work out the exact width of the car. Let's have a look. There we go. There we're off. It's still stupid. I get what you're saying, but I think this is what I think. If it makes sense, it's not a PMR issue. It's not they've track limit sort of thing. It's a sim racing thing, because this theory also applies in. Let me see if I can actually show an example. I probably might not be able to do it, but it's a theory. Like I came across this on Gran Turismo a while back. So in Gran Turismo, you've got your rev counter, and your rev counter, even though it sits in the middle of the screen, the same as, you know, the dials sit in here, that is still your width for your car. So regardless of what view you're in, you could be on bonnet, you could be on roof, you could be inside the car, whatever it is, your rev counter in Gran Turismo is still the width of your car. So if you got your rev counter within the track, so ignore the rest of the car, because it will look like the, like, so like, let's say the right hand side of my dial is the right front wheel of the car, or where the right wheels are. It still looks I know what you mean, Lloyd. So it still looks like the car is on the track. So in theory, like in your head, let's see if I can get to any straight. It doesn't matter if I'm off track or not. Any bit of straight. So like here, right, you would assume that the car is well within the track, because, you know, you sat in the car and you sat in this position, and the dial is in line with the line, right? Kind of, right? But if that is that fine margin of that's the line, right? And you see that circle around the dials, that is now in line with the lines. So you're kind of all the way out there. Don't you see how far off you are? But that's, so it's just the perspective, and that's where the, maybe this is the confusion's coming in, because the track limits seem to be, to me, that it's the white lines, and 4 wheels off the track is what triggers the corner cut. And because that's what triggers the corner cut, you got to understand where the sides of the car are. So like if we look here again, that in line with the dials. If we go to the other side, over here, try and get it straight, because it's always easier to explain on the straight. Right, let's have a look at where the car is off the track, which is, that is the white line, give or take. And again, you see it's kind of in line with those dials, not as exactly as in the other side of the car, but it's kind of like in line with the dials. and that's your being just about off track. That's the theory that I had, and it's been playing in my head. And this is where I think that isn't necessarily a PMR issue. That's a perspective. What? So I was actually watching another video as well yesterday, Daniel Morad. And I do want to actually change my my seat position and the camera angle. That's not so. I want to exit. I want to change the cockpit setup. Is it? No. Settings. It will be in cockpit setup, I think. So it's where the camera. So it doesn't actually show me in degrees. So you kind of want to play around a little bit with that. But that's the theory, and it's if we try it with different car, just so I can kind of explain it a little bit better. But that's the theory. I know it doesn't make necessarily a lot of sense. Still using the keyboard to so we'll go into a GT3, right? And I'm going to use the M4. Right, because this is a car that I was using in Race Room, and we're just going to use a track that I may have used recently. It doesn't really matter which track it is actually. We'll go Zolder again, just so we can use similar examples. We're going to try and activate that track limit. Right, and in this car, just so you know, so on the Race Room, the track limits on this car were the actual display. So the left of the display was on track, and the right of the display was on track. That was the track limits of where the car should sit. If I just go out. Find a nice straight. Actually do it here. So that should be, if that works, the logic's the same as Race Room. It's pretty much right the similar sort of thing. That is on track, kind of. Yeah. Again, kind of is the width of that screen. If we do it on straight here on the other side, that should bang on. So it's a perspective thing. So right there, it still looks like I've got a chunk of the car on the track and that I'm sitting on top of the line. But in reality, the car is right on track limits. And do it here as well. Use this line. So that, well, I'm doing the same thing, ain't I? That. We'll do the other side of the car, which is there. Right. Can't really see because there we go. Again, that's kind of the width of the car, and that's where I think it might be catching a lot of people off guard. Is that try and do a flying lap? It looks like you're on track, and it feels like you're on track, but in reality, it's the perspective of what you view in the car. Restart session. Right. So let's go and do a lap. Oh, I just forgot how raw this is. It's a shame that they don't have this car and this track on Gran Turismo. So there would have been a good test to do between Gran Turismo, Race Room, and Project Motor Racing. And again, I'm not trying to set a fast lap here, just really trying to stick the car within that narrow window of what is the width of the car. The game is coming along nicely. This update is primarily positive. Damn, the BMW sounds clean. It does. And for all the people that say this game doesn't sound well, I've been driving this car a lot last week on Race Room, and it doesn't sound as good as this. So it's one of those things, as soon as you find the width of the car inside visually, if you see, I'm trying to use as much of the width of the car on every corner just to verify. There we go. One more. Use runoff. Using track. Using again. There we go, and I've gone off. But as you can see, that is the width of the car. So if I actually put it on replay, we could probably see that I'm actually trying to use as much of the track as possible. We'll go and chase cam square. And what's been said, honestly, I don't think the track limits are that bad. They're pretty short, but just got to know what you can do. This game is the second best sounding game behind the Living. I'll stand by that. To me, the sound is, I'm not fussed about it being absolutely perfect, because for me, it's got to sound good. I've never sat in one of these cars. To me, this sounds really good. Let's have a look here. Using quite a bit. In real life, you can cut the chicanes a lot more than we can on, say, on here. Same with Old Hairpin at Donington. Cut it a lot, and we can't cut it like drivers do in real life. I think on that one is, I have, so to give a bit of context, I did send a document to the devs on track limits, and I think for me, as long as it's clear on what the track limits are, so track limits, they are different depending on series. So you know, if you look at NASCAR, there pretty much isn't any track. If you can drive it, you can run it. You look at Formula One, it's defined by the white lines. Again, that was slightly off, but half the wheels went. That's fine. But Formula One is Formula One. I mean, some things that you can use track limits, sometimes you can't. But I think Race Room is an example. Like, I've been doing a lot of hours on Race Room, and the track limits are defined now clearly as all four wheels within, or at least having wheels within the white line. So you can have wheels off the track on the apex, as long as there's some wheel on the grey stuff within the white line. That's quite a clear track limits, and people that have slagged this game off have actually said, this paraphrase, and I'm almost word for word, it's the game, we've got to adapt to what the game offers. So I think this is pretty good, that it's consistent. It's within the white line, you're good. Out the white line, it's track limit. And I think it doesn't leave any interpretation. It doesn't mean like this corner you can use the corner, or that one you can't. And at least we know white line is the track limit, and we now know by this little test that I've done how you stay within the track limits. We know that what the width of the car, what it looks like to your eye in game, is not necessarily the actual width of the car. So the width of the car is, in this case, in the BMW, the HUD in the middle. That is the width of the car. So if you keep, I can pause it here on one of these. This is a good one. If you keep that screen, part of it, on inside the white line, that car is in the white line. That's effectively how much room you've got to play with. Is that center screen, it's the width of your car. And if you can keep that within the white lines, you won't get any track penalties, because that is the general width of the car, as we've established already. It doesn't like being paused, indeed. But that's the test I wanted to run today, because I felt that there has to be a little bit more to it. It's fair to complain when it's not right, but I think this is a positive change, a positive what do you call it? A positive upgrade, patch, whatever you want to call it, and it addresses a big issue. And I think for me personally, I don't know about everyone else. For me personally, that is pretty clear what the track limits are, and I can now figure out what the width of my car is and have a visual guide in my screen of where the width of the car is. Not think, oh, half of the car is off the screen, so therefore I must be on track. That's the perception that you kind of get, and that's what I was struggling with last week on Race Room. Was like, how am I getting the track limits at this corner, which funny enough was in this car? How am I getting a track limit? But I know for a fact I'm on track, and it's only when I start looking at it, I'm like, no, I'm actually off track. The car just appears to be on track, and that's why I wanted to test this theory. So let's have a look at the ranked. We've got 11 minutes to the MX-5s at Zolder, or GT3s at Nürburgring. What do you guys think? Which one should we do? MX-5s or GT3s? I'm half tempted for MX-5s, but you tell me. Or do we go with what everyone has the most people? Yeah, it can definitely be improved. Me personally, I like them better now than 1.5.04. Yeah. maybe my document, maybe it's down to me, as some streamers will say, is they've listened to me and they've done it. Go for MX5. All right, cool. Can I register for the race now? See, this is one thing I did like of Race Room, is that you can register for the race. So let's have a look. You can register for the race and then come back. So we'll come back in a second. I want to look at the downloadable content, see what we're, because there's a lot of stuff that has actually come in. GT4 F1 engines. Ooh. Right, we're downloading that. The V8. Downloading that. We've got these. Purchased. Right. So then we have packages. Got liveries. Ooh. IMSA wheel. Oh, that's a nice one. Another one. Oh, that's nice. Some nice liveries in here, guys. Ali loves a drink. This is a terrible game. Depends how you look at it, Ali. I wouldn't say terrible. Terrible. I wouldn't say. I would say it's like Marmite. You're either going to love it or you hate it, but I wouldn't go with terrible, especially with this update. You know, we're going to test it a bit more. But I think they have added quite a bit. There's a few new setups in there. Only good thing about this patch for me is that tire wear is now a thing, really. Finally, I'll stand by the new track limit system being inconsistent, and it completely killed the fun factor for me. I think I need to check it on more tracks, but I think if you try that out and you figure out the width of your car on board, then you should be able to understand it a little better. That's my theory. Don't see how the track limits kills it. Just drive the track within the limits. It can easily be done. I've got to agree with that. With oil slick there, guys. I've got to agree with that one. Not a good game, and when we're waiting on updates to fix the game, then it's not good. I think it depends on what people find enjoyable. Like for me, I haven't played Gran Turismo for about 2 months now, and we'll be back on Gran Turismo on Thursday. But I look at it and I'm like, what am I really going into? I don't know if I'm going to do sport mode. I don't know if I'm just going to do menus, or what I'm going to do until we get there. But like, this is different, and I think part of it is I tried this, and I've been on Race Room quite a lot. I mean, look, try this theory that I've told you, that I've just shown. Or tell me what track it is, and then we'll go into it, and we'll have a proper look. Because that one at Zolder, I felt like I was driving the car within a fraction of the track limits and not getting any warnings. But I don't know if that's just me. Shaolin Monk, it's a fun game on PS5 now since the update. I think it's one of those we've all got to agree that it's a bit like Marmite. It's going to have a lot of people that don't like it. It's going to have a lot of people that do like it. I think that's what we've just got to, the same with iRacing. LMU. I'm not a fan of LMU. I'm not afraid to say it. Imola first chicane and last corner are questionable, and people are saying NERB GP2. Yeah, we can always try that. We'll try that. So I think we'll do one ranked race, and then we can go in and try that. But let me what I'll do. How long have we got? 7 minutes. Right, let me go into single player. Race weekend. M85 and Zolder. That's the track we're going to be riding. I don't play LMU much anymore. I'm ban and bad driver badge, but gold SR like. I think that's a different issue of why you probably don't play it. Would you play it if you weren't banned? That's the biggest question. Right. Let's have a couple of laps here.
Clear of pit lane.
And we've established that the dials are the width of the car on this one. So let's have a look if at any point I get a track limit by being off track. That was definitely off track. Hey, Lounsey. Morning, buddy. Right, now here, straighten the car up fully. We're just gonna do this lap. Might not finish it. See, that was borderline. Right, let's try and hit the apex this time. Is it going to have any notifications? Right, hit the... Right, I'm going to slightly cut it. There we go. So I've gone in where the boundary of the car is. Oh, what am I doing? Let's go back out and go back in the multiplayer. Quit. See if we can get in quickly. Big question, guys. Do we go GT3s or MX5s? I'm going to say probably GT3s here. Just because there's a lot more people in there. It's only 4 in that one lobby and 16 in this. I think I'm going to go in that. Let's just see if that changes slightly in the next minute or so. Demon, I like your optimism, but I don't know if I feel like racing against 6 others. I feel like this may be a better option. Yeah, 22. Yeah, we're going to go into this one, guys. GT3 for a change. We're going to go with the BMW. And I'm only going with the BMW because I'm just used to it. And it'd be good to sort of get a feel for what this car's like here versus race room. 29 registered. I'm going to go stock setup as well. I'm not going to look too much at getting a setup on. Ace Racing Rocks, rock and roll. How are you, my friend? Welcome in. Also, guys, if you are watching and you haven't hit the like button or subscribed to the channel, do consider it. Subscribing does not cost you anything, but it does help out the channel massively. And it'll put a smile on my face. PS5 users now have the tyre wear working on the tyre indicator. I don't know if it was the tyre wear that wasn't working. I think I mentioned it in a few streams ago. The tyre wear was working. It was just really, really slow at working. So I know I got the Aston GT3 to about half tyre wear. I wore about half the tyres on the PS5. But it was doing a lot of donuts. I think it was more that it was working. It was just the multiplier wasn't right. So, but it's good to know that it's working now. That's the main thing. Dangly balls, how you doing, buddy? Hope you're well, mate. Hope all is good. Hope it's hanging well. I don't know if you can hear the dog as well. He's just on the other side of the cabin, barking at something, probably a bird. Tyre wear definitely didn't work. Around 40-minute races and never moved. Also, tyre temps don't overheat like crazy. You're joining this lobby. Good stuff, mate. Yeah, it's one of those weird ones. I am glad now that tyre wear is working. And I'm actually interested to see how much tyre wear I will get in this BMW in 8 laps. That I'm actually quite interested to know, because with the race I did on Saturday on Race Room in the BMW at Dubai, a set of tyres with the new subscribe. Thank you very much. Ace Racing, thank you very much. Welcome to the channel, buddy. The tyre wear was really at times 1, and I could have done a 2-hour race on the 1 set of tyres, because I got to about 50% in the hour. It'll be interesting to see. Oh, good stuff, Demon. Good stuff. Make sure I don't press the wrong button. And I want to test the radar as well. I know we've had updates to smoothness. It looks smooth initially.
All clear.
And also, let's have a look here. Right, this is... Yeah, it's the width of the display is what is the width of the car. I know it's weird, but that is... Now, having a like-for-like drive on this car in 2 different sims does tell me that the rear of the BMW in this game is a bit looser. It doesn't feel this loose on Race Room. Let's just do that. It's letting me downshift a lot quicker than that I'm now used to. Right, we've got a gap. The mini-map looks smoother as well.
On the clock now, mate. Full send.
It does sound incredible though. Got these guys hounding me now. Yeah, just off. Go back off a bit.
Minutes to go.
I think my field of view is slightly off compared to what I should be using. Don't even know if this lap is counting. Ah, lost the route. That's not ideal then. Still get 2 laps in, I think. Definitely need to dial in the rear of the car. 2:14. Whoa, that's not good. Thank you for the 40 likes as well, guys. Very, very much appreciated. Yo, Shadow, welcome back, mate. Okay, we've got some time that we can gain here.
One minute remaining in the session.
Hey, Ben. How you doing, mate? Hope all is good with you. 2 minutes. Now that I know the width of my cars. Good, cheers, how's the update? I'm finding it positive. I've just been testing out the track limits.
Checking flag this lap. End of session.
Gonna try and get a good qualifying. Well, I say good, as best as I possibly can. Yeah, GT3. It's a 2-second improvement. About 6 seconds off the pace with no setup. I think for a combat that's not too shabby, not too shabby. But I am noticing the handling differences now. Like, it feels so because I've been using this car a lot last week. Like I said, it does feel like the rear of the car is a lot more. A lot looser than it is on race room. I need to dial that in. It could be that I'm not using any setups. I don't know if I can use any setups now.
We can try and get some balance for the race, the long distance, but I really hope qualifying will go better
Right,
for
the
us.
Audis are running away with it. Where are you, Demon? Demon, you're down here, mate. You're just gonna be racing me, bud. You're gonna be racing me. But I was finding that, like, the more laps I did, the more consistency I was getting. 45 likes, guys. Amazing, amazing. Thank you very much. Do hit the subscribe button as well. There's 2 buttons there. Yeah, we're going to drive. I don't think we can add a setup now. It'll be too risky anyway. Let's do a mid downforce. Did that actually... Oh, the Audi is definitely faster for this track and in general. Okay, that could be that then. I was getting a faster lap on that. May pop in after the Arsenal versus Inter Milan. Come on, Inter Milan. My dad's an Arsenal fan, by the way. In case anyone's wondering. Ah, it could also be... This is where I need to check settings from like Race Room to see if they apply to this, because I'm pretty sure I'm on 56 brake balance on Race Room.
Get ready, mate.
Let's have a look. 3, 2, 1. The radar's definitely smoother. That felt like it was a lot more frames on that radar. I'll read that message in a second, Worthy. Hope you're well, mate. Hope all is good with you as well. Yo. Game over. Or was it game over? Watch out. Oh, wait, on the update? Yeah, the console's got the update already. So we're on 1.5.0. 0.6. I'm just gonna say update 6. Oh, come on. Oh, it wasn't getting over. Oh, I mean, I don't know who that was that time round. There's a lot of impatience in this game still. That's the one thing I was enjoying on Race Room. From any other sim that I've ever raced, it felt a lot cleaner, less punting. Where's Demon gone? We both got white. We both got white. It doesn't seem like it's protecting the downshifts. I'll try and give it back at the first corner. This is what I want to test. Yeah, I think that's what I want to check, because I don't think the issue is that necessarily now the track limits, like a lot of people have complained. I think it's more when it dishes out that penalty. So I am using as much of the track as I can. He's just a lot quicker than me, this guy. Go on, mate. Let's see if we can get penalties again. So again, I'm going off. It seems to be the consistency of when it's dishing out the penalties and when it's not. Nice, going to check it out shortly. Great content as usual, brother. Thank you very much, Worthy. So I generally think that the issue is the penalty system now needs working on. I think the track limit is, I think in my books, really good. I think it's quite clear if you stay within the white lines, you don't get a penalty. The issue now seems to be when you go off the track, the penalties do seem inconsistent and harsh. Oh, Demon! We're coming for you, Demon! But yeah, the width of the car, I now know what it is. So now I know, but that shadowed out when I'm on track and when I'm off. Demon! You're gone! .58 for that lap. Now I know how much of the curve I can take. For that, 3 temps, 4 temps. Eight temps up. Almost 9 temps. A second. One point two. .57 2. There we go. The question is, Shadow, were they winning in the 68th minute? Yeah, I got distracted. Got distracted. Ah, can't get out of this, can we? Was winning before halftime. We're still going to finish this last lap as well, guys, but that kind of just, to me, it shows where the issue is. It's actually in the... Actually, if we let him through, then we don't have to finish the lap. Why was I getting blue flags? Did I get lapped? Can me try this. I'm actually gonna do one more lap. Let's see if this actually helps in any way. Going into neutral shouldn't help. No, it doesn't help. We'll retire. Yeah, but that's a good test for me in terms of what I wanted to see in the game. Like, and it just solidifies to me that the track limits isn't the issue in Project Motor Racing, but it's the penalty system now. That's what they think. What I think they should be working on is the penalty system, because the penalty system isn't bad. It isn't terrible. I do like that if you go off track and you gain an advantage, you should have to redress, and giving back 2 seconds is actually a good thing. You should be giving back those 2 seconds. On the flip side, it is giving them out too willy-nilly. It's giving them out like I don't know. I'm not gonna say something that's that might get me banned on YouTube, because I like cake. It's like giving as much cake as I want. It's giving them out willy-nilly, and that's where I think they need to address is when the penalties are given. But the track limits, I think, are fine. I think it's pretty bang on. You got turned by a dive bomber. Yeah, I think I got hit by the same sort of guy as well, mate. But yeah, I think that for me is a good test of the penalty system. Like, I do wish also they allow me to save the replays. That would be good. This is the other little bugbear. Like, I think it's better. I think, like, you come out 7 minutes till your next race. That's actually pretty good. Not terrible. But what I wish they could do is allow you to just go into a practice lobby. You go in, you can practice, do a bit of racing, and then be registered to the race, and you can go back in, kind of like Race Room. I mean, like Gran Turismo would be ideal. Like, you can sit in there, you can practice, and then it take you straight into the lobby. But that's the annoying bit at the moment, is like having to sit there for 7 minutes and not being able to, like, literally do anything. Maybe that will come in a future patch. But let's have a look at the downloadable content. So we've got extra liveries now on the Mazda. Oh, these are actually not bad. Jeremy Fletcher Racing, Macumbi McCallier Racing. You sent me a nice one, mate. Nice one. There's 2 MMR ones. This is actually nice. It reminds me of the good old McLarens back in the day. Nice, neat liveries. Neat liveries. Do we have? Oh, this is what I want to try. Right, let's go and check this out, guys. What have we got? Supra, GT4 F1, Camaro. If only someone did a Garage 56 livery, that would be epic. That's nice. Vantage. Right, what we're gonna do, the V. I just want to see this car in all its glory. Let's just go back to Nürburgring. Just I want to do some practice. I want to see what this car is like with an F1 engine. It's got to be insane, right? It's got to be absolutely insane. Let's check a little quick thing here. Make sure everything's still running smooth. Where's it gone? What have I done? What have I done? What have I done? What have I done? Let's have a look here. Where is it gone? It's a pain when stuff like this happens. It doesn't like go into the right place. It just moves to a different screen altogether. Which is not nice. Not helpful. There we go. That's better. My controller went flat. What do you mean my controller went flat? Loungy. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Right. So, next. Oh, we should really go into this screen because this is what you guys want to see, isn't it? You want to see the F1 engine in the BMW. Restart and drive. Oh yeah, it's loses battery. So the battery, unless it's on charge constantly, the battery lasts about half an hour. Which is annoying. But I've got most things mapped to my wheel, so I can always power it back in if I need to. Holy smokes! What on earth is this? Should this thing even be allowed to have an F1 engine? Actually, does it have a Formula 1 engine, or does it just sound like an F1 engine? Turn the traction all the way up. Like, if it had a Formula 1 engine, right? Maybe it does. It's not the best handling car, but then it is heavier than an F1 car. But yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's like you say, like you guys say. Sounds like it's just the sounds. Sounds like just the sounds. Yeah, it sounds like just the sounds. I mean, it's fun for a little bit. What else we got? We've got the track day cars. This is a V8. And can we multiplayer? Can we? We missed it. We missed. Ooh, do you know what? Let's do an MX-5 sprint, guys. It's only 7 cars, but who cares? Got 9 people registered. Zolder, 5 minutes qualifying, 7 laps. Should be a fun little race. We'll end the stream after this one. But it will allow also me to test that theory again in the race scenario. Race scenario. Keep forgetting I've got these
Let's go!
Let's go.
Here we go, green flag, boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys!
I've actually got new icons on my dock, on my stream dock, not stream deck, stream dock. They match the channel. They're neon. I need to start using them again. Oh, it looks so good. It looks good. It's probably one of the best gadgets I've actually got for this, for streaming, right? And for sim racing. I think it cost me about £35-40 on AliExpress. And it works. It's seamless. And I actually used it on Saturday. I loaded a load of keys on Race Room. And I was just like doing my pit stop all on my dock. Amazing. Right, 9 out of 10. Come on, who are we waiting on? Who are we waiting on? Vehicle setup. All right, let's go. Seems to be. Oh, we've got a couple of PC. Right, just need to remember what the track limits are. The width of the car is the dials. That's not track limits. That's not where I should be driving, is it? Yeah, I've seen that, Lounsey. I'll have to check them out at some point. Yeah, good starting points to make it more like GT7. That makes sense. Yeah. I do hope they implement like daily races where it's a fixed setup.
Qualifying lap underway. This one counts.
Because I do like that. Again, that's another thing I found on Race Room is you got some races that are with a fixed setup. So you just go in, you drive, and that's it. Why has he stopped just there? But it is good that there are now base setups that people can sort of download and use. And then tweak to what they like, really, isn't it? Just realised how slow I've become on this.
1 minute left in the session.
Turn the ABS down. Down to 2. Victor Gyökeres just scored a class goal to make it 3-1. Not bad, not bad. Seems like he's starting to score goals again. Is this car still going to be stopped there? He is, yeah. Don't know why he's just stopped in this corner.
Session over. Checkered flag this lap.
You know, blimey, I'm so far behind. The disparity in speed though is wow, this is insane. How are they gaining that much time? Now, I'm being honest now, right? My laps are what, 57? How are they gaining
Traffic to deal with at the start of the race.
10 seconds? 11 seconds. How is that even possible? That is insane. He's got 3 seconds in the first sector. Okay, potential. Sector 2, another. That is insane. What am I missing here? I honestly don't know. Like, am I that slow? Like, I know I'm not the quickest, but am I 10 seconds slower around here?
Keep focused.
Come on, let's go. That's fun. He's still stuck in that place. Did I get a penalty? No, just a warning. No, I am slower, that's for sure. He's already 10 seconds ahead on this lap. I'm not carrying speed for, am I? Yeah, just not carrying the speed. Yeah, replays would be good to see what they're doing. It'd be good to see what gear they're using, how much they're lifting. We're being pushed off. What is he doing? I don't know what that guy was doing. I wasn't going to back out there when he's in the wrong. And even with that, we've only lost 9 seconds to that guy. Fuel. I didn't take out fuel in quali. Hit a break earlier there. That's the fair pen. Thank you for the 54 likes, guys. Very, very much appreciated. Wonder why there's no protection to stop you going into neutral. Getting a lot of understeer as well. It definitely amended the force feedback strength on this. I swear they have. It feels like they have. Okay, Rob. Has the game improved? I would say so. There's still things that need to be worked on, but... Okay, that's another... Wow. He's coming for me, that guy. Subaru Live. Subaru Live. Not Subaru Live. Subaru Live. I'm a bit worried about what this person's going to do. Ten seconds a lap I'm giving away here. I don't know where he's gone again. You get the alert. Down the alarm. Oh, another one. I really don't know why he keeps trying to pump me. I consider he's got so much pace than me. Yeah, exactly. It seems to be doing it a lot. So they're here again. Right into the back of me. Just no patience, like the amount of pace he's got compared to me. He could just pass, indeed. But this is where he wants to pass. So he wants to pass like that. But no penalty. And that's where the system needs working. Sometimes you can jump over it and get nothing. These idiots spoil it for everyone, yeah. Thing is, they're not spoiling it for me today because I'm literally just testing the whole penalties and the track limits. So it doesn't really bother me today, but for someone who's not in testing mode, yeah, it would be really annoying someone like that. Diego Nexus, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the channel, buddy, and welcome to the Chunky Club. People like him are exactly why I'm only racing the
Final
AI
lap,
for now.
white flag. Keep the pace
Yeah.
and finish strong.
That's saying a lot as well, isn't it? I don't think there should be penalties for people who hit people because it is very difficult for the game to determine who's at fault. There needs to be some sort of safety rating. Yeah, some sort of safety rating is probably the way to go. In this document that I did send to them, I did say about there is a way they can implement penalties for people who hit. So if there's contact, so it's not. I don't think it's hard for the game to realise. Say this. Let's say if I'm behind and I make contact with the car in front, I'm behind. I've made contact. I've gained the position. That there could be something in the game which says, right, the person behind has made contact. They're now ahead. Redress, like return the position back, or give the place back, sort of thing. Now it depends how they implement it, but it would deter people from going for crazy moves, I think. I'll have a look. Oh, there's messages. Just a second, guys. Oh, is that our friends? Oh no! Yes! We did it! Yes, you gotta love it. You gotta love it, guys. You gotta love it. Oh, brilliant. All of that, and he's still spun in front of us. Ah. There is an instance tab in favourite car, so maybe in future that will be a thing. No, there should be contact penalties.
Well done, you stuck with it to the end. We know for next time you need a few more
And full
tenths a lap.
damage. And full damage. Rank's an absolute mess right now. They turned on tyre wear in ranked and it's decreased the idiot population by a lot. Okay, that's not a bad thing. But yeah, I think with PMR, I think the way to go with online is going back to doing our community races. That's, you know, unless it's an update and I want to test things like this, going back to community races is where we should be going with this. No, he weren't waiting for me. He just spun. I think he lost it in the last corner, which is brilliant. But yeah, I think, you know, I think overall the update is positive. Also, these bad boys, guys, considering I have not felt my finger or my thumb in pain using these, I've kind of forgotten about it, to be honest. But these gloves, absolutely fantastic, guys. GT Omega limited edition, absolute quality. You can get these in the limited edition Wave. You get the Jimmy Broadbent edition or the Jardier edition, all on there at the moment. You do get 5% off with Chunky GT at checkout. Don't tell anyone else, but yeah. Oh, he's waiting to hit me. Oh, probably could have been. He could have been. But I think I'm going to leave the stream there, guys. I think it's been quite insightful to see this new update. I think it's positive. I think it's done better. Norstad, what can you do on Zolder with a GT3 car? What times are we looking at? Oh, I mean, I'm bad. One more lap on Zolder. Right, one lap on Zolder. Single player. GT3 car. We'll do it again. We did it earlier. I'm going to do it without the gloves. We're not going to go with the F1. Right. Just for you, Norstad. Just for you. Let me try other cars. Let's go Audi. Seen as Audi. Oh, no, what am I doing? What am I doing? Single player. This weekend. I want to change the livery. I want to see what liveries they have. Oh, plain ones. Plain ones. This is neat. This is similar to the F1. And you want Zolder. Zolder. Race. We're going to do practice. Yeah, incident points look like it's coming in future, as has a tally tab in favorite cars. Yeah, I really hope they do. You appreciate it. You better do. You better do. But yeah, the update is definitely a step forward, especially for ranked with tire wear additions. They need to turn off damage implementation of safety ratings. All safety ratings unlock rank to cockpit. Yeah, I think there's little things it could do over time, but I think it's going in the right direction. I think. Yeah, it can't be that hard. Yeah, you're right. I mean, most games have it. Even Race Room which has been out for what, 12, 13 years, has got it. You're bad, but you're trying. But so you're asking someone else who's bad to also drive a couple of laps around here. Vehicle setup. Let's see what we got. I'm gonna go high downforce and drive. Yeah, I think I do want to test something actually with this car as well. Right, so let me. Right, that's on the line, give or take. Right, back to our theory from earlier. The dash, the HUD. Right, again, on the line. And the HUD. That is your car width.
Clear of pit lane.
At the moment, the game feels like we paid for premium early access. Like it feels like it was only really developed for 6 months before it was released. Yeah, it does feel like that. We're racing PMR Europe this Friday on Zolder. I just want to see what the midpoint or peak lap times are. I mean, you can see what my laps will be, but yeah. But the tip is, that is your track limits there. Like, I'll try and make a quick video today, explaining it. I think that's the main criticism towards PMR is that, again, I'll put the disclaimer, I didn't pay for this game. So I can't relate to a lot of the issues you guys encounter because they did send me the game for free. But yeah, I completely relate to paying a lot of money for something that is now kind of getting closer to where it should have been, and we're now almost 3 months, 2 months of what since release. Weird that this car feels lighter than the MX-5. North Dad, thank you very much for subscribing, buddy. I struggle at that corner. Feels like there's a lot of understeer. Oh, idiot. I'm an idiot. I am an idiot. I was trying to turn this down. We'll do another lap. I've got to set a half decent lap time now, don't I? Right, we'll read before we start the lap. Foundation of the base is very solid, so the force feedback is wonderful. What they're able to do with it, if they keep developing it, it's going to be mega. I think cameras in the setup may be backwards, as I found it gets better reaction turned into corners for positive camera instead of negative. Yeah, even like in theory, I can't remember whoever told me, but anti-roll bars lower should be better, but I find them better higher at the rear, which is kind of the opposite. Have a look, see if I can get a clean lap. I feel like I got a bit of damage as well from that previous lap.
Left.
Oh, you've noticed it with the anti-roll bar as well, yeah. Yeah, I definitely got damage. I'm crabbing. Don't forget, guys, as I set this lap for Norstad, do hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Every little helps and all that good stuff. We got 34.3. Yeah, the more laps you do, the better you kind of get. Can attack it a little bit more. I invalidated. You're probably looking at 32s, maybe 30s. Yeah, you're probably looking at about the 30s. So that's a 32 dead. With a bit more tweaking, you can definitely probably get 2 seconds off that easily. So you're probably looking at 30s, maybe 29s, 28s. Yeah, that's pretty much it. What have I missed? Those curves on the chicane, you can overdo them much more by the Audi. The better way, the Audi is still overpowered by 1 sec each lap versus, let's take the Porsche GT3 class. Appreciate lapping. No worries, mate. There is always too much hate in the world. I'm happy to give PMR a fair chance so far. It has been fun. That is true. Siadpir. Apologies if I got that completely wrong. The radiant sign from the depths is pretty nice. Yeah, I think it's a tricky one. Like, I can understand it, because I did message them the other day and I was like, look, any chance you can give us an update? But I do understand why they don't want to promise and not deliver, because they've done that again. And in this one, I felt like they rushed this update to get it out last Friday. Where if they could have waited until Monday, little things like that. I don't know if they're under a lot of pressure. PMR is my main sim, and I come from ACC. That game is much better in some places, in so many places. But at the end, PMR is a fresh start for me, and I love to give games. Love how the game gives a challenge. No worries, Norstad. I'm guessing Norway. Correct me if I'm wrong. They should also try and tell us what the next tracks will be for ranked each week. Yeah, those are things that it's a tricky one. Like even Gran Turismo, you don't really know. I think people have figured out a way again of figuring out, but yeah. Even Race Room didn't really know until today for the new daily races, but they should be out tomorrow. I kind of, yeah, great science. There were 4 in engineers in EJR stream this morning. Yeah, they do go out and do race against people. I got a 32 dead and I was crabbing. They're doing what Rockstar do, but the problem is they're not Rockstar exactly. Got 32 dead. I think with more tweaking, more laps, probably get into the 30s. So you're probably looking at maybe 28s, 29s, maybe even 26s for the really fast people. I'm just not good around this track as well, and I've not been racing this game for quite a couple of weeks now at least. You want to join PMR on Friday? Casual Fridays event. They're running multi-class GT3, GT4 8 PM. Yeah, I struggle. So with being a dad, and also being a husband, it's trying to, kind of. Though there's time for me, which is Tuesdays and Thursdays. Fridays it's me and the wife. It's our evening TV catching up. We're watching Traitors at the moment. I'm kind of trying to see if I can get some time on Saturdays, but Saturdays we do go visit family or do stuff with the little one. So the only time I can really commit is Tuesday and Thursdays. But I would like to do more stuff. And I'm bringing back my open lobbies as well, because I think that's it just gives them more of a chance of having clean racing and something that everyone wants to do. Tobias in your area, PMI is an all right option for console gamers as there's not much out there. It's an embarrassment in the context of what types of content you can get from different PC games. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm playing Race Room at the moment, and that is amazing. You want the game to improve so everyone is happy. Got a wife, 3 kids myself. I know what you're talking about, mate. I'm 34, turning 35 this year, closing in on that 40. I wish I was closing in on that 40. I'm already past it. Yeah, I'm well past it. But yeah, I've got a wife, kids, and a dog, and this is my time, my chill out time, and I share it with you guys. So when we do more than 2 streams, it's because I've managed to find a bit more time. Yeah, that is the priority. Sheet, how old are you, mate? How old do I look? That's the big question. I'm guessing you don't think I'm in my 40s. But yeah, how old am I? I am 42 this year. 42 this year. Can't tell, man. You're killing it. But yeah, we'll leave it as that, guys. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make a quick video based on what we touched up this today, because I generally feel that the track limits in Gran Turismo, not in Gran Turismo, that's on Thursday. Track limits in PMR are good now. They are consistent. We know what the track limits are. They're the white line. But figuring out what the white line when you're inside the car is a different story, and that's where I think I've got the tip for everyone. Because it's easy to think that you're on the track, where in fact the car is off the track, and it's knowing how wide your car is inside, from inside the car, and there's cues in there which we've touched in the stream, and I want to make a quick video on that. Me time is important. We do time with our kids, wife, and so on, and we get our me time for me at the sim racing. Yeah, and I also get Mondays as well. So on Mondays, For those in the UK, I am a facilitator with Andy's Man Club, which is a men's mental health charity. So that's my Mondays. Monday evenings I do that. Tuesday I stream, Thursday I stream, Wednesday I kind of chill out. Football's on tomorrow, Benfica versus Juventus. I support Benfica. Fridays is family time, and Saturday and Sunday as well. Mate, you look good for passing the stage 40. I thought you were like 32, 35. I wish. Tell you what, someone called you handsome, another guy with a wife. Yeah, exactly. But guys, it's been a pleasure. I'll be back on Thursday, 7:45. The time is slightly different because Gran Turismo daily races. I don't know if I'm doing daily races on Gran Turismo or if I'm going to do a bit of time trialing, menu books, all that good stuff, and just enjoying the game again, or if I'm doing this sport mode. I'm not sure. But we're back on Thursday, 7:45 UK time, and I look forward to seeing you guys there. You've been amazing. It's been an absolute pleasure. Peace out. Look after yourselves, and I'll see you guys on Thursday. Peace out.